Captain America issue 7 heads to the Myrmidon, the private prison for the Enhanced, where Gallo meets with Strucker. Getting their meeting underway, Strucker reveals that him getting to run the prison is his reward for opposing the Supreme Commander Steve Rogers. Gallo isn't interested in his political theory and wants to know if this prison will hold Steve Rogers. Strucker reassures her that it will hold him for long enough to whatever Lucan has planned to be enacted. Gallo says that she doesn't serve the ends of mortals, and they serve hers, and right now the only end that concerns her is Steve Rogers. Steve meanwhile is interviewed about the last few days of his life and where he was when General Thaddeus Ross was murdered. Sharon backs up his story, but his alibi for the night Ross was murdered doesn't really hold up, since both seem to have access to grind with General Ross. Sharon knows the conspiracy charge isn't enough for murder and there is still no evidence to show Steve did it, but Bernie says that Ross was killed when something disc-like in shape shattered his spine. Bernie advises Steve to turn himself in, and while Sharon doesn't want him to, Bernie knows that there is a warrant coming for him soon and he will be a fugitive, so Steve doesn't really have any other options and he better act fast. On Staten Island, Bucky cleans house at the bar with no name, trying to determine from the criminals who killed Ross. No one seems to know anything, and Leland Owlsley wonders what type of hero Bucky is, since he has done some terrible stuff throughout his life, and why is he defending Captain America after he turned evil? The villain says that Bucky is no hero, and a hero is just a villain with the biggest gun. Contacting Sharon, Bucky tells her he found nothing, making Steve realize that he needs to turn himself in, although Sharon still doesn't think he should. Going upstairs, Steve says that everything is his fault since the Supreme Commander was him and was Captain America, but everything that's happened goes back further than Hydra, the Registration Act, and all the way to his days as Nomad. He asks how he can serve his country if he always is opposing it, and how long can he carry the shield and fight the government that entrusted him with it. Sharon continues to try and convince Steve that this isn't the way to do things, and the country needs ideals and dreams, but Steve doesn't think people are content with those dreams. Sharon says that she will never stop fighting, and Steve knows that, giving her his shield. Steve turns himself into the police, and while in interrogation, talks with Nick Fury. He wants to know where his shield is, since it is a murder weapon after all. Cap says that he lost it as Alexa Lucan is alerted to Steve turning himself in. Steve is taken to the Myrmidon, incarcerated with many of the people he put there, as Sharon heads deep below the New York subway to the teleportation room, summoning her new team, the Daughters of Liberty, who are ready to take the fight back to Hydra. Captain America issue 7 was a great continuation of the Lucans looking to take down the good Captain. With this issue, it really stressed that this really isn't a Captain America story, but a Steve Rogers story, as the man looks back at all the times he has kind of run away from his troubles, like with Nomad and turning against the government during the Registration Act and the original Civil War, stuff like that, and how he's kind of taking a stand now and not doing that now. I'm also absolutely loving the look into the American propaganda machine and how Steve is getting tired of it all and what it's done to his image as Captain America. It's really quite interesting. I can't wait to see what Ta-Nehisi Coates does with Steve once he's in prison and what his plans for like the Hydra Steve as well as Red Skull are. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks for watching my newest video. If you enjoyed it, you might also like to check out my other reviews here on my channel. You can also follow me on various social media platforms like Twitter by searching Matt_FOS, or even join the Comic Multiverse Discord server and chat with other comic book fans, including myself and Joel from Cape Joel. Want cheap comics and trades? Head over to the book depository with the link in the description to get the cheapest trades and comics around, along with free shipping anywhere in the world. Until next time, this has been Matt of the Fortress of Solitude. Thank you so much for watching.